Alright guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Peter, and this, what I'm currently sitting on, is my 2006 Honda CBF 600 that we bought wrecked, and unfortunately it will be parts bike. But we need to check every system on this bike, from the engine itself through the charging system, switches, lights and so on. I will do a quick recap of the last video. If you didn't see that, go watch that and then watch this video. So let's get into it. So what this is 2006 Honda CBF 600S. It's the model with the fairings. It was crashed on both sides as well. I don't know if you watched Outspoken Tiger, but that guy bought ZRX 1400, I guess it is, and that bike is also crashed on both sides. So I think what happened to both of our bikes is that this bike hit a car, probably right here, that mangled this radiator frame and these frame guards or motor guards, or how do you want to call those, and then it's landed on its side on the tarmac and start scraping the blacktop, as you can see from this tank, which is completely flat, and this bar that's flat also. So the first thing we will do, we will drain the remnants of an oil that's inside this motor. Then take off this cover, probably this frame first. No, that's holding the engine. So the cover first, if we can get to all of the bolts. Reshape this so it's not in the way of the magneto when it's spinning. Tape it up so it doesn't leak so bad, and try the engine, and then work our way to the electrical system, dash, and so on. So I will get a bucket ready and let's drain the oil. So as I went to drain the oil, I pulled the plug and there's nothing in it. So I will put the plug back in and head straight to the cover here. So let's take this cover off. It's held on by 6mm bolts with 8mm head. So I will crack those loose and then we will see what's hiding behind the cover. Alright, the cover is loose, so let's see in how many pieces it will come off, if it even wants to. Now it doesn't want to budge. I will need help of Mr. Screwdriver. Got the big fella here. We'll pry on it a little. Do I have a prying spot? Right, so let's see here. Do we have any damage to the coils? Doesn't look like it. Do we have any damage to the flywheel? Doesn't look at it. We have couple shards of metal, but nothing serious. Yeah, this looks good. Yeah. frankly very good. So now what I will try to do is line up this ripped off section with the cover, tape it up with duct tape, put it back on, put some engine oil in it and try to run it and see what's working and what doesn't work. So I will take my time, duct tape it, and then I'll see you when we will be pouring the oil. Alright, change of plans. We are pouring this engine cover to put back on the CB600. This is also CBF 600, so it's same engine family, so it should be okay. So let's pull this cover and swap it on the other. Alright, you're coming with me. This engine oil smells so good. This is the alternator from that cover we took off that good motor. You can see how charred that is. These alternators are known for this. This is caused by the resistance on the terminals. They maybe wasn't sealed. Seated properly in each other, and this is what at that cost. So usually you just snip it and solder it to that other connector. So I've got this thing swapped out. I swapped the alternator from this bike to this cover because this cover has these Allen bolts. If all manufacturers do Allen bolts or regular six spots bolts, it should be fine. But some of the manufacturers they put the Phillips head screws on this type of cover, and I really hate those. I would rather dismantle the whole bike than hustle with Phillips head screws on the cover. But we had Allen, so we were golden. I will put it back in. I will not record that. It's just a matter of installing a couple of bolts, and then we will pour in oil, plug battery, turn the key. So let's go. Okay, so this bike has a dipstick, which is really nice to see because, as I said in the XV535 videos, I hate those oil windows, you can call them. You cannot see anything through those windows. So the oil I'm pouring in is from the KTM that we liberated from the oil tank, because the oil tank is sold. So I spilled it as usual, and I will fill it up some, check the level, and then proceed with hot battery. Alright, so let's check the dipstick. I didn't check the manual, so I don't know if you have to screw it in or just put it on top. So I will put it on top, and we have nothing, so I will continue. And when I have like I don't know, above a minimum, then I will stop, because we are on a decline, and also I don't know if it should be in or not, so I don't want to overfill it as much, so we will run it just above the minimum mark. So we have an immediate oil leak somewhere from up here. So let's get this over with quickly before we run out of oil. We will have to get it quickly done before all the oil spits out. So let's check for power. Do we have power? Yes, we do. The high beams are on, so let's switch those off. I guess you can't switch off the lights on this machine. We have hazards. So it has 46,000 kilometers. Where is the choke? The choke is here. It has a short travel, so let's choke it. I guess press the button. Okay, so it's sorta run, but we have no oil pressure. Okay, we've got oil pressure. Okay, so it runs, but we can't run it because I have to use a sprayer here to kinda cool down the headers, because the oil is pouring right on the headers, and it was starting to smoke, so I will have to cool down these headers so we don't end up burning this place down. So it was revving up, it was running. I will go home for the battery test, I mean the multimeter. We will test it and then wrap this video up. Right, I've got the multimeter. Let's start it for a quick moment. Now we have 12.5 volts, so let's see how we're doing when we start this thing. Where's that button? Here it is. Yeah, I'm editing this video and I forgot to make the outro. So the outcome of that bike is that it runs, it revs up, it charges, and unfortunately it did leak a huge amount of oil on the exhaust manifold or the headers, so we can't run it on the video properly. So I'm sorry for that. Stay tuned for upcoming videos. I bought one project bike that I'm currently working on, and of course there is always more work on the Passat and the van, so stay tuned for that. Until then, I'm out of here. Be safe out there. Thanks for watching. Consider subscribe and like. Bye.